On this edition of Sports with Perk, we are talking South Florida Olympians. Here with my man Max Bultman, our summer intern from Grand Rapids, Michigan, University of Michigan.
That's right.
Representing those Wolverines, and your satellite camp football coach.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Today he's at Big Ten Media Day in Chicago.
That's right. Yeah, he's under control today. But Max, the South Florida Olympians, the Olympics, of course, in Rio, starting next month. South Florida well represented. Tell me about some of them. Start off, Ashley Johnson, the first female black water polo player, not African American. She's Jamaican,
right?
But black. So tell me
for
about
the,
Ashley.
For the U.S., she is. She went to Ransom Everglades in Miami.
Yep.
And she's always been very good. And she went to Princeton for college. She could have gone out west and done sort of the usual, because, you know, water polo is a West Coast sport.
Right, exactly.
But she decided to go to Princeton, and then only recently she decided she was going to give kind of Olympic water polo her full go. She'll be the goalie. She's very gifted, one of the best in the world. And, yeah, she should put on a good show.
That'll be nice, man. I always thought water polo was just a brutal sport, right? You're treading water, and people are kind of elbowing you and jostling around with you. So, I want to keep an eye on Ashley. That'll be interesting. Track, something that the U.S., South Florida is always well represented. Who have we got there in track and field leading our leaders?
Right, well, a lot of people. I mean, even from the U.S. and other countries. But I would say the one to watch is probably going to be Brianna Rollins in the 100-meter hurdles. So she won at U.S. Olympic trials. And the ironic thing is probably the best hurdler in the world is from the U.S. and did not make the team, Kendra Harrison.
Right. She just set the world record, right?
Exactly.
Finished 6th at the trials, I think, and then just set the world record.
Yeah, something like that. And so, I mean, Rollins now has to be a medal contender there because she did win the U.S. trials, which are probably the most competitive. So she's definitely one to watch. Went to Miami Northwestern High School. Yeah, definitely be representing.
Yeah, nice, man, nice. And so then we're going to move on to beach volleyball. I mean, come on, right, South Florida, well represented there?
Yeah, Nick Lucina is going to be partnered with Phil Dahlhauser. So Dahlhauser, remember, was a 2008 gold medalist with Todd Rogers. Now Dahlhauser's going to play with Lucina. They actually go way back to like 2001, so they've got some good chemistry. He was not really expecting to qualify. He was playing with another guy, Theo Brunner. And last year decided to make the switch to play with Dahlhauser. And kind of quickly shot up the ranks. They're actually going to be the 3 seed in medal position. Wow,
very nice. And yeah, the 3 seed, and yeah, the U.S. the 3rd seed. So that's pretty good. Right. Can't really beat that. Tennis. You know, the women's tennis team is all South Florida, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got the Williams sisters who both live in Palm Beach Gardens. Sloane Stevens and Madison Keys, that's the whole singles team right there, all 4. And then the Williams sisters in doubles. So if you're watching women's tennis at the Olympics, chances are you're watching South Floridians.
Yeah, that's nice, And let's see, and as far as, none of our South Floridians have dropped out for Zika virus reasons, have they, or that you know of? Did that even come up as you were talking to any of these athletes, maybe the volleyball players?
Right, I mean, most of the ones I was talking to were kind of like already on the team.
Right.
So I didn't talk to anyone who was thinking about going and decided not to for Zika concerns. But obviously, I mean, that was a factor, but for a lot of these athletes, the Olympics are like the pinnacle of their sport.
Right.
It's hard to turn it down if you're not an NBA player where you've got 4 years of potential NBA titles to shoot for. Like, this is your Olympus. You got to go there.
Right. Or the golfers have the other 4 majors, and the Olympics does not register, so it's easier for them to drop out. And Max, how many South Florida Olympians do we have generally?
We've got about 40. It could be a little higher depending on some last-minute, changes. I know Danelle Leyva with the men's gymnastics team. He was kind of a late add as an alternate. So we're fluctuating right about 40 right now.
Yeah, so that's a nice representation, and that's probably about the usual number, or do you know? That's
probably
about
slightly higher than it was in 2012, and a lot of them are internationals, which is exciting.
Yeah. All right. So and who is our best gold medal hope? Is it going to be Brianna Rollins from South Florida? I guess those Serena might be also.
Well, Serena always has a compelling case. I'm going to actually say it's Ashley Johnson, and here's why. When she was coming up training, she would. Her club was mixed of boys and girls.
Oh, wow.
And because they didn't have a high number.
Right.
And so she was always being shot on by men. And when she first started getting in with the national team, the team actually told her, you need to stop doing that because your reflexes are too fast now.
Wow.
Your reaction time is so fast that like you need to start getting shot on by, less athletic people.
Right.
Or not less athletic, not as strong.
Yeah.
So that's that. She won the 50-meter freestyle as a sophomore in high school just so she would be allowed to quit swimming to start doing water polo full time. She is so gifted, so smart. She's going to put on a show, and I think she's going to lead the U.S. to gold.
Man, that's incredible. And when did she start playing water polo? Do you know, young age? Or?
Yeah, so she was about 9 when she started swimming, and water polo was kind of just like a after practice thing that she would do, right? So it was like, put the ball in the water, have some fun, and she just liked it a lot more.
Yeah,
so it took her a while to let her mom and her coach in order to just play water polo full time. But yeah, she's been at it a while, and she's very good.
Nice. Okay, any other names that we should be aware of from this area? That's pretty much it right there.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly names. So Armin Hall went to St. Thomas Aquinas. He's going to be on the 4x400 relay. Tony McQuay, also from around here. I think he's also a member of that relay. I don't know. One of them will not actually run it because there's 5 guys on the team for 4 spots.
Right.
They're both very talented. Aaliyah Atkinson is a Jamaican breaststroker who I think is very talented. So all kinds of names, all kinds of people to watch. It really just kind of pick your sport, and there's probably someone you can enjoy.
That's nice, man. So it's not long now, a couple of weeks, right? Maybe August 5th, I believe.
Yeah,
something.
It's that first week of August.
First week of August. It starts up the 2016 Rio Summer Olympics. Max, appreciate it. Thanks for sitting on the couch, man. We gotta have you back.
So my pleasure.
Well, I don't know about all that.
Not everyone gets to be on Sports with Perk.
That's true. That's true. And people who aren't are very thankful. That's Max. I'm Perk. You're watching SunSentinel.com.